morning guys, and welcome back to our channel. Today we are starting our day here in Tarragona in beautiful Spain, and then ending our day back home in Retford in our little countryside town in England.
We're pretty keen to be looking around Tarragona today because it's got a really rich history. It's been around since about 2600 BC, and most notably it's got lots of remains from its time under Augustus Caesar's reign. We love seeing Roman culture all over Europe, and Tarragona has the oldest Roman monuments outside of Italy. So we're here today at the Forum, and then we're checking out the amphitheatre and the Roman walls. Come along with us. The Forum was always the central hub of Roman activity. It's where they had shops and rooms for senators to meet for politics and places of worship. It was basically where everybody came together, and one of our favourite places in all of Europe is the Roman Forum in Rome. So to see a forum in another Roman city is really amazing for us. I think it's stunning that you can see like the columns and the shop fronts and where people used to like trade their goods and meet, and you can feel it. It feels like you're living in it. It's more than just seeing everything. You really feel like you're here. It seems like wherever the Romans have been, there's a culture of new being built on top of the old. And you can see that here. All the buildings around us were put in the 19th century, and during the excavations they found this Roman Forum, so a lot of them are still on top of it and on top of other Roman buildings. And the Forum itself is on top of older, like 2nd century BC buildings. So the Romans come in and they build on top of what was already there, and then the next generation builds on top and builds on top. So you get these cities that are so rich with culture, and you can see all over the place different kind of eras in time. It's absolutely stunning, and it's amazing to see.
We've made it to the Roman walls, which are the oldest Roman structure outside of Italy. We were just saying they don't particularly look Roman from what we've seen in Rome. We're used to like the smaller kind of red Roman bricks, and these are quite large and like a golden yellowy, like earthy brown kind of colour. So yeah, it's quite interesting. You can't actually walk on top of the walls, but you walk kind of beside them and between them. So yeah, let's go and check them out. Tarragona was originally known as Tarraco when the Romans took over in around 200 BC. The Romans used Tarraco as their permanent base for their operations across all of Spain. When they moved in, they built this wall here behind me. The first phase of the wall was built about 6 meters high and 4 meters thick, and you can see quite a distinct difference between the first phase and the second phase.
Statue of Augustus Caesar. It was his reign that took over Tarraco and Spain. So what are your thoughts on this wall walk type of thing?
It wouldn't be, I like it, it's beautiful and it's interesting. The history is really interesting, but it doesn't give me the same feeling of like other like older walls that you can walk on the walls. Like
actually feeling like you're a guard looking out on top of the walls.
Yeah, so it's not the top of my list, but it's nice.
It's quite different, isn't it?
It's very, very different. I think that's why.
I really like it. I agree. I prefer being on top.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh my god, why?
But I don't know, the gardens are quite nice, and there's like lots of columns and kind of nice stone architecture all around, so even though it's a bit different, I'm really glad that we've come here.
Yeah, I am too.
On that topic of the new being built on the old, I think it's pretty stunning that here you can see people's houses being built right into the Roman wall. We're just on the way to the amphitheatre now, and behind me is an old Roman chariot track. Like, there's little bits and pieces all over. There's also a Roman theatre that we won't get to go to today because we're in a rush to get to the airport, and we're not going to see the chariot track, but I thought it was cool to point out. I just love how much old Roman history is in this town.
This is Lantana. We found it in the Roman Forum in Rome, and we've just found it here, and it looks so beautiful. It's really vibrant and colourful. We have it in Australia, but we consider it a weed. No one likes it in Australia, but when I was a kid, like when I was like becoming a teenager and I had crushes on boys and stuff, me and my friends used to pick them off and go, he loves me, he loves me not, he loves me, he loves me not. All the way till the end, and it would decide our fate. We're here at the old Roman Amphitheatre now, and it's absolutely amazing. It's also right on the edge of the ocean, so the view is just spectacular. I can't wait to go inside.
We're here in the amphitheatre now, and down here we can see these trenches where the gladiators or the animals they were fighting would be raised up into the arena for the events. What we're standing on now would have been the ground of the arena, and there would have been wooden boards over these trenches to allow the animals and the gladiators and whatnot to roam through underneath to get to their positions before their fights. So again, with the old and the new, I'm currently standing in the nave of an old 12th century church, which was built on top of a 6th century basilica, which was built inside the amphitheatre. So here, it was originally an amphitheatre, then they used the seating and the walls as protection for an internal basilica, which was then raised, and a 12th century church was built on top of it. I think that's stunning. I'm inside 3 different time periods at once. It blows my mind. I love it so much. So that concludes our whirlwind tour of Roman Tarragona.
Or Tarraco, as it was known in the Roman times.
It is midday now, it is boiling, and we really need to run to make our flight. So we're gonna go and jump in the car, head to the airport, and head back to the UK.
Thanks for watching, guys. We really hope you've enjoyed it, and we will see you in our next adventure.
Bye.
Bye.